Hi, so let's today focus on the DHCP. What is the requirement? Right, requirement, we have the small branch where we do not have the dedicated DHCP server, but we have the Palo Alto firewall. So we can leverage Palo Alto firewall as a DHCP server for all our branch client. Now in this topology, lab number 6, we have a Palo Alto firewall interface Ethernet 1/2 connected to the switch, and behind the switch we have a 2 client. Both the client currently configured as a DHCP client. This is the MAC address of client 1 78B5 and this is the MAC address of client 2 BC9A. Both machines or both the client will get IP address from the DHCP server, which we will configure on interface Ethernet 1/2. Clear? So let's start with the configuration. Go to the Palo Alto firewall. Before configure the DHCP server, your Palo Alto firewall interface must require the IP address and interface type should be L3. Clear? Okay. So Ethernet 1/2, interface type L3, virtual router default, right, for the routing. Zone, currently we don't have any zone. Let's go and configure the zone. Zone name as a LAN, okay. Then IP address 10.1.10.1/24 and go to the advanced and enable the management profile so that you will able to ping your default gateway which is configured on the Palo Alto firewall. Ping interface management profile name also ping. Clear? Okay. Okay. Now next step, configure the Palo Alto firewall as a DHCP server. Go to the network. Under network you can find the option DHCP. Okay, click on DHCP, add DHCP. Once you add a DHCP, here you will find the option. First select the interface. I can see only one interface here 1/2. Why? Because it has a IP address 1/2. There is a one option ping IP when allocating new IP. Means whenever Palo Alto firewall receive any discovery message from the client, before assigned IP address to the endpoint, first Palo Alto firewall will check whether that IP address is reachable or not. Right? We will verify with the help of logs, traffic logs. Okay. Now there is a mode. What is mode? I have a dedicated video on the Palo Alto firewall, how the Palo Alto firewall acts as a DHCP, right? So now mode auto means if I detect, means Palo Alto firewall detect the other DHCP server in the network, it will disable the DHCP server on its interface. There is a one more option, enable. Enable means if firewall detect any other DHCP server in the network, it will not disable its DHCP server on the interface. Disable means disable DHCP server on the interface. Okay. Now next define the pool 10.1.10.20 and 10.1.10.254. The range start from .20 till .254. Okay. So next, where we will define the gateway address, DHCP, subnet DNS, subnet mask. So go to the option. Here you can define gateway 10.1.10.1, which is your Palo Alto firewall interface IP address. Subnet mask /24 means 255.255.255.0. Primary DNS Google DNS 8.8.8.8. Secondary DNS 4.2.2.2. Clear? Okay. Perfect. So interface configuration, zone configuration, and now DHCP configuration. Clear? Okay. So next commit, right? So that we will get the, see, basically once you commit, then only your configuration take in effect. Go to the commit. Perfect. So commit complete successful. So let's log into your endpoint and execute the command ipconfig release IP config release and then renew, enter. So now my machine has initiated the DHCP request DORA, discovery, offer, request and acknowledgement. I got the IP address 10.1.10.20. okay, IP config all, perfect. So my current IP address is 10.1.10.21, subnet mask /24, then gateway 10.1.10.1, and from which DHCP server you got the IP address. Here is the IP address 10.1.10.1. okay, so go to the another machine, CMD IP config release IP config renew. okay, no problem. So let's check IP config. I got the IP address 10.1.10.20 IP address I got. okay, so go to the Palo Alto firewall, and where do I see the allocated IP address? So go to the view allocation. There you can see the two IP address, right? One assigned to the this MAC address 785B, which is 10.20. One IP address assigned to the BC9A, which is 10.21. So both the machine got the IP address from the DHCP server. okay, if you don't have the GUI access, if you want to see it in the CLI, how you can see it? okay, go to the CLI and command show DHCP server lease interface all. okay, same output you can see it over here, IP address, MAC address, host name, right? Perfect. So next scenario, in the next scenario I want to see the communication. How does it happen? So go to the monitor. Under monitor you can see the traffic logs, and here you can see the traffic logs, right? okay, so carefully guys, now when your machine initiate the traffic, where is my pen? okay, perfect. Now this A machine is your DHCP client. When this machine has initiated the broadcast, is received on the Palo Alto interface Ethernet 1/2. It means Ethernet 1/2 is your ingress interface, and this interface is configured as a DHCP server. So of course your server, your Palo Alto firewall will respond with the offer. So in this case, when Palo Alto firewall respond with the offer, the egress interface is also your Ethernet 1/2. That is the reason in the traffic logs you can see LAN zone, source zone is a LAN, and destination zone is a LAN, and service DHCP. okay, go to the logs, and here you can see the logs. okay, yes, from zone LAN, to zone LAN, source IP address, it's a net bias, my bad, it's a net bias, forget about this net bias. This one, where it is, this DHCP, this DHCP logs, this DHCP logs, this DHCP logs. Guys, you can see, right, port number 67 UDP, which is always used by your server. okay, so that is the reason, if you look at over here, okay, source IP 10.1.10.30, which is, but 10.30 is not allocated anywhere, right guys? So I think it's old logs. Go back to the network, DHCP, view allocation. I have only two IP assigned, 20 and 21. So do one thing guys, go back to the policy monitoring, traffic logs, and look at the only logs for the 20 and 21. First select the DHCP so that we can filter it out. Okay, now we have DHCP logs. Perfect. Pick the IP address 10.1.10.21, which is the source IP address. Destination IP address is a my IP address, which is 10.1.10.1 Palo Alto Firewall interface IP address, and service DHCP. Okay. One more logs, guys, I am expecting over here, right? That is a self traffic generated by the Palo Alto Firewall to validate the IP address before allocate. There is a one setting we miss, guys, here. Okay, so go to the device network DHCP. Under DHCP, check mark is already there, right? Ping when allocating the new IP address, it is already there. Go to the traffic logs again, remove the filter, and let's see if you are getting any IP ping. Yes, you are able to see the logs because we enable the filter based on DHCP. Now ping, I haven't generated any ping from Palo Alto Firewall. No. Then how you are able to see in the ping packet? Because of that check mark, right? Which check mark? This one, network and probe IP address, right? Probe IP address. Ping IP when allocating the new IP. Okay. So go to the logs, and here you can see the ping. So in this case, my source IP is 10.1.10.1, destination 10.1.10.20, right? And ping. Okay. So Palo Alto Firewall didn't receive any response from the 10.1.10.20, and it's declared as a free IP and assigned it to the endpoint. Okay, so you will see the guys additional traffic, right? Be careful. If you enable the intra-zone deny, right? If you enable the intra-zone deny, means LAN to LAN deny. For example, LAN to LAN zone deny as a part of zero trust architecture. So definitely, right, this traffic will get impacted. Your endpoint will not get any IP address. Why? Because you are denying this process. Because you already check mark that option, right? Probing option. Be careful. If your intra zone is denied, right, you will not able to initiate this traffic, ping traffic. You have to explicitly enable LAN to LAN and ping traffic. Clear? Key point. Okay. So if you want to know more about the intrazone, please refer lab 1, lab 2 and lab 3. Okay, there you will see the intrazone traffic. Next, okay, my requirement, right? I want to reserve, right, specific IP address to specific machine. For example, for A I want IP address 10.1.10.100. What I will do? I will bind this IP address with this MAC address. Where I will bind? On endpoint or on the DHCP server? Of course, on the DHCP server, which is our Palo Alto Firewall. Similar way, I want to bind, right, 10.1.10.101 IP address with this MAC address. So of course, I will do it there as well. Okay. So now, next, binding. Just copy the MAC address, right? Go to the DHCP server, network, DHCP, interface, reservation, 10.1.10.100 and a MAC address. Similar way, 10.1.10.101 and just copy the MAC address from here. These are the endpoint MAC address which I already captured, guys. Okay. Perfect. Okay. Now one more thing, guys. One more thing, right? One option, that's something I will discuss here. Unlimited, lease unlimited means whenever I assigned IP address to any endpoint, that will be for the unlimited period. Once I clear the lease cache, then only that machine, particular machine will get a new IP address. Okay. So click on OK and commit the configuration. Commit. Okay. It's take time. Perfect. So complete successfully. Okay. So now do one thing, guys. IP address, right? See, reserver. So means what happened here? Palo Alto firewall automatically remove the previously allocated IP address, right? It's override because administrator manually bind the MAC address and IP address. Few minutes back, right? We had seen the different MAC address attached to this different IP address attached to this MAC address, right? I think around 10.20 and 10.21. But now Palo Alto Firewall replace because it's manually reserver. Okay. So basically, let's go on endpoint. New thing I learned, guys, today. Okay. On the endpoint, just ncpa.cpl status disable, enable again. Definitely your machine will again generate the discovery DORA process or DHCP discovery process. It is identifying. Wait for a minute. Identifying. Okay. It's take time. Go to the machine 2. ncpa.cpl. I don't know, this machine having some issue, right? IP config release release and renew, no problem. IP config. So this machine, I'm expecting this machine should get a IP address 10.1.10.101. Enter. Here you go. I can see, guys, I can see now this machine got the IP address 10.101 from DHCP. Why? Because we explicitly bind the MAC address with this IP. Okay, just ignore the error, right? Go to the machine, status, and you just see the status detail. Oh, this machine is getting IP address 10.1.10.20, which is the old IP address. Okay, do one thing. I just disable and enable the interface, but I think it's not worked because of some reason. Go to the ncpa.cpl. No, sorry, my bad. Command line cmd IP config release release and renew. Perfect. IP config again 100. Yeah, 100, right? 10.1.10.100. Perfect. And the default gateway 10.1.10.1. Clear? Go to the firewall, view allocation, no changes. You got the only host name. What in additional information you got it from the endpoint? Host name. Because a MAC and IP you already reserve, right? As soon as your server receive the discovery message from endpoint, it's capture the host name, right? Because it's already enabled. Whenever your client initiate the discovery message, discover any DHCP server, it always send its host name. Clear? Perfect. Now go back to the traffic logs monitor, and there you will not see any ping, Prasad, but come on, here probe IP is enabled. Now here it is not showing 10.1.10.100 and 10.1.10.101. It will not. Why? Because you yourself manually bind the IP address, right? So Palo Alto Firewall will ignore the probing for static mapping. Clear? Perfect. Let's see the other logs. Okay, see here you can see the logs from the DHCP server. Perfect. These are the old logs. Just ignore these because now we have all the static IP addresses. Clear? Perfect. Now how do I clear the logs? That is the most important, right? So go to the CMD and execute the command clear DHCP lease all. Enter. Zero lease. Why? Because we do not have any dynamic allocation. Currently we have two entry which is static. IP and a MAC address binding. That is the reason we are not able to see any lease here. Okay, clear? Perfect. That's it about this lab. In the next lab, we'll see DHCP server is behind the Palo Alto firewall. So how to configure the DHCP relay. Stay tuned. Bye bye.